Today, I'm gonna guide you through every Skyview Tower in The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. What's up, YouTube? I'm Kat from KKJinxx Gaming for fun. And today, I'm gonna show you all 15 towers. Skyview Towers are the new towers in Tears of the Kingdom. They not only unlock the map, but they allow for fast travel without fast traveling, i.e. gliding with your paraglider. This is also how you get to the Sky Islands. These towers will shoot Link high into the sky above the clouds. Every tower you unlock surveys the surface area and the sky area. The depths is on a whole nother level, literally. There you unlock light routes, which are associated with all the surface shrines throughout Hyrule. But that's for another video, because today we are here to unlock the Skyview Towers. And these won't be in any specific order, though it is similar to the order in which I unlocked them all. I will leave chapters so that you can find the specific tower that you are looking for. There are 15 Skyview Towers in total, and some of them have a fun puzzle to solve in order to activate the tower, but some of them don't. And I'll show you how to solve each one. Let's get into it. We shall start with the Lookout Landing Skyview Tower at the Lookout Landing in Hyrule Field. To unlock this tower, you must first speak with Pyrrha, and she will send you to the first gatehouse by Hyrule Castle to speak to Haas, who is heading the search for Link and Zelda. During this encounter, you see Zelda, she turns into light and disappears. So then you head back to tell Pyrrha, and she makes some adjustments on how the search for Zelda should go. Then she finishes fixing the Skyview Towers and gives you your paraglider and sends you to do the first test launch of the Skyview Tower. Activate the terminal, and when Pyrrha stops talking, examine the middle and begin preparations for liftoff. The second tower on our list is the Lindor's Brow Skyview Tower, west of Hyrule Castle in Hyrule Ridge. If you follow the path westward of the Lookout Landing, you will pass the New Serene Stable, and just further up, you will find Hetsu. While completing Hetsu's concerns, you might have seen a bloopy. Bloopies lead you to caves. I do want to tell you a couple things about this cave. After you go through the tunnel, there'll be an open area. And if you land on that area, Gloom hands will try to get you. Also, there's a shrine down here, and I left a link down in the description that will show you how to defeat the Gloom hands and Phantom Ganon that follows the demise of the Gloom hands. So if you're interested, check that out. And if you're standing near the shrine, you'll see a luminous stone. Go over there and ascend from that spot, and you will emerge right at the Skyview Tower. You can see just up the way there are some building materials. Use at least 4 large planks to make a bridge across the water so that Link can walk across. Stand under this ledge, ascend up through the rock, and find your way to the stairs. Go inside and activate that bad boy. And voila! The third tower on our list is the Rosspro Pass Skyview Tower, north of the Gerudo village in the Hebra Mountains. You come across this tower when you're working on the phenomena in this area. You are sent to a cabin to find out where Tulin went, and on the path up to Hebra South Summit Cave, you'll see a campfire with Gerudo, and you'll also see some vines. Turn left and you can either follow the path around or climb up this way. I think it's a little faster than walking in the snow. The vines are going to be an issue. If you hit them, you will take damage. You must burn them. You can throw a fire fruit and burn it easy that way, and make your way to the Skyview Tower stairs. There's going to be some more vines in the way that you need to burn. You can even throw a Hylian pine cone and catch an updraft, and voila! You can open the door and activate the tower. The fourth Skyview Tower on the list today is the Pikida Stonegrove Skyview Tower in the Hebra Mountains. This Skyview Tower you must go to on purpose. There is no stumbling across this one. You can glide there from the Rosspro Pass Skyview Tower and then climb the rest of the way until you see a bridge. Following the bridge, you find that the part of the bridge that you need the most is broken, and we must rebuild. I like to move this piece right here out of the way. It makes connecting the rest easier, and then you can just grab it when you're done with the rest of these. I recommend putting them together as straight as you can and not overlapping. I don't know that it matters if you connect the hooks, but the way that it sits in there, I feel like it does matter. There's just not a whole lot of slack to reach the other part of the bridge. After connecting them all together, grab the entire thing and lift straight up until the word attach pops up, because you won't be able to see what you're doing. And then just climb your brand new bridge and go around to the front and open the doors to the tower and activate the terminal, and boom! That's another one done now. The fifth Skyview Tower on the list is the Thyphlo Ruin Skyview Tower in Thyphlo Ruins, north of the Korok Forest. Enter through the Thyphlo ruins, and of course, you'll want to explore. We waited a long time to see this place with the dark off. When you approach the tower, you'll see there's definitely something going on here. If you speak to Bilson over here, this bird brain has no idea what's going on, so he doesn't even know how to fix it. And remember when we saw something's going on? Well, one of these floating zonai blocks is blocking the Skyview Tower lid from opening. This one's pretty fun to do. What you can do is you can ascend right through these and emerge on the top, and then there's going to be some rockets sitting on there. You can attach it into the middle, but make sure it's pointed up, because you're going to go in the direction that your rocket is pointing. And now, when you jump down to the one blocking the tower lid, you'll see there's nothing there to work with. And it's really hard to grab one of the rockets from one of the other floating blocks. And I did record all of these towers early game, so I didn't have any rockets. But I did have a fan, and it worked out just as well. Once that's out of the way, just glide back down and tell Bilson it's fixed. And he'll tell you it's all fixed and working properly. And so now you can activate the tower. And ta-da! The sixth tower on the list is the Eldin Canyon Skyview Tower, southwest of Death Mountain in Eldin. The easiest way to get here is from the Woodland stable, near the Ekochiu Shrine. I will leave a link down below in the description to that shrine if you need it, but you're just gonna follow the path until you get kinda close to the tower, and then you're just gonna climb the rest of the way. When you get close to the front doors, you'll first see that the lid from the tower is stuck in the ground. Approaching the front doors, you will find Saucin. He tells you that this big mess was caused by a piece of ruins falling from the sky, and it hit the lid of the Skyview Tower, knocking it clear off and leaving the top wide open. And to top it off, now the doors won't open. Saucin suggests that maybe the doors could be forced open if we use the terminal inside. But first we have to figure out how to get in there. Logic says that if a piece of the ruins hit the tower, we should be able to find said ruins and use it as an elevator skyward via our recall ability. Go over to the right of the tower and you'll either have some ruins already there or one should conveniently fall from the sky. Then use your recall on it and ride it up high enough to get inside and drop back down and activate the terminal, and ta-da! The doors are open and the tower is activated. Immediately, Saucin is ready for a break. And that's fine, because we are done. The seventh Skyview Tower on the list is the Upland Zorana Skyview Tower in the Lanayru Great Spring in Zora's domain. To get here, you'll have to do some climbing. At least it's not permanently raining anymore. But you will also find some gross sludge. I don't know exactly what it is, some kind of mud, but they call it sludge. And all I know is it's dirty. As you may have guessed, water cleans sludge. And you're going to be cleaning a lot of sludge, starting with the sludge blocking the doors to the tower. Throw some water on it, either a splash fruit or a choo-choo jelly, whichever you prefer, and open these doors to activate the tower, and ta-da! You did it! Tower number 8 on our list is the Ulri Mountain Skyview Tower in the Akala Highlands. This one is pretty easy to get to, just north of the South Akala stable, following the Canalit Ridge until you're at the tower. As you get closer, you see an Aracuda flying around and a man named Saucin at the tower entrance. Saucin is trying to repair the Skyview Tower, but the Aracuda took off with the terminal. All you have to do is shoot the Aracuda down. If your aim isn't the best, you can attach a key eye to an arrow or another Aracuda eye, doesn't matter, and it becomes a homing device. After he's defeated, he will drop the terminal, but this guy can't carry it, so you have to. Either lift it up with your bare hands, or you can use your Ultra Hand. I think Link walks a little bit faster when he's using the Ultra Hand, instead of carrying it. Place the terminal as close as you can to where it goes, or Saucin will ask you to move it for him. Then, he will get to repairing the tower. And once he has the terminal secure, you can activate it and bam, you're done. And then tower number 9 on our list is the Saharsa Slope Skyview Tower in West Necluda. It's on the north side of Dueling Peaks. You'll only need to climb a small cliff to get to it, but of course there's a problem. When you approach the tower, you see a Rito named Bilson. He says that the doors aren't locked but still won't open, and he has no clue why. But now he's hungry and talks about a cave nearby where he can find some mushrooms. If you turn around, you will see a Bloopy, and you don't really need him to show you the way since Bilson already told us that the cave is at the bottom of this hill. And now we also don't need to explore this whole cave to fix the tower, but you are obviously welcome to. But to go in here pretty much beyond the entrance, you'll need something that breaks rocks. For when I'm using bomb arrows. But we only need to break into the first part and then stay to the right and break until you can at least see this small room. There's not much in here except when you look up, there's a spot on the ceiling that just kind of calls out for you to ascend. Plus, if you look at your mini-map, you're right under the tower indicator. So ascend up, emerge on top, and inside the tower, you will see that there is a stick on both sides of the sliding door that is causing the jam. Use your Ultra Hand to remove the sticks, and voila! The doors will open, and Bilson is so shocked, but he's real quick to be on his way. But he makes a solid point. How did those sticks get there? Monsters can't ascend, and there's a lid on top of this tower. Interesting enough. But as you know, all that's left is activating the tower. The 10th Skyview Tower on our list is the Mount Lanayru Skyview Tower, just northeast of the Hateno village, right on top of Mount Lanayru. To get to this tower, you are going to need either a cold resistance meal or cold resistance armor. You're also going to need to do plenty of climbing. Getting through the snow and climbing to the top is actually the puzzle to get to this tower, and once you do, you won't have to do anything else aside from open the doors and activate the terminal. And voila, that one is all done. The 11th Skyview Tower on our list is the Rabella Wetlands Skyview Tower, which is southwest of Hateno Village in West Necluda. Coming up here, you'll see some people from the Lurelin village camping out. They got a cooking pot, but sleeping at it won't stop this rain. This rain is part of the puzzle of getting inside this tower. Getting closer to the tower, you begin to see that there is a really bad vine infestation. If you come over here to the left-hand side, you'll see another cooking pot and some flint. And these vines are shielded from the rain. You can set these vines on fire, but I'm just gonna throw a fire fruit. And when those are all burnt up and you can get through, you may notice that the doors are being blocked with vines, and there's nothing to shield the rain. Over here to the right of the tower are some building materials. Build a structure that can be placed over the vines, but it will need to be able to stand on its own. And you can also expect it to catch fire, but as long as it burns the vines in front of the doors, we should be able to open them. And all that's left to do is activate the tower. Ta-da! The 12th tower on our list is Hyrule Field Skyview Tower in South Hyrule, just north of the Great Plateau. With this tower, you will need to prepare for battle. Get some health recovery food and some decent weapons, because just to get to this tower, you must face an enemy camp that leads to a bigger enemy camp. At the first camp, there is one moblin and one bokoblin, not terrible. Climb the rest of the way, and know that the enemy camps like this always have a spiked ball at the top, so ready your recall. There will be 3 bokoblins at the entrance, and they will likely meet you halfway. When you get inside the camp, you will see a boss bokoblin and several minions. I counted 4 bokoblins, and one of them is armored. If you are not trying to fight these guys, if you were able to lure the first 3 and not grab the attention of the squad posted inside, you can crouch and sneak to your left and make it to the Skyview Tower safely. On the other hand, I happened to get lucky since I basically announced myself, and they all got struck by lightning. And they do come back with every blood moon, but fast traveling into this tower in the future won't alert them unless you run out here yelling and making a bunch of noise. But activate that tower and you're all done. The 13th tower on our list is the Popla Foothills Skyview Tower in West Necluda, right smack between Lake Hylia and Dueling Peaks. It's not much of a challenge to get up to the tower, it's mostly just climbing a hill, but when you arrive, you notice that the terminal isn't functional. If you turn around, you see a well just chilling there in the middle of nowhere in front of the tower, and someone down there is yelling for help. So just jump right in, look around, and you will find a pile of rocks. Go ahead and climb out of the water and break them. And go forward down the way, and you will start to see, once he comes into view, that a man named Elmerson got himself into a pickle. He says that there's a floor switch on the other side and a cave that you might be able to access it. So ascend out and go south. Beyond this cliff is a cave. You'll notice a bloopy. Go inside the cave and always get those bats. I missed. Enter the Popla Foothills excavation site. Go forward to hit that switch, and boy is Elmerson happy. And since you helped him, he gives you the contents of that chest that got him into this mess in the first place. And that's a 50 rupees. And now just ascend back to the top and activate that tower. The 14th tower on our list is the Gerudo Highlands Skyview Tower, just east of Midella's Mantle. And there's no crazy trick to getting up here, except that when you do, you can't even see the entrance to the tower. However, there is a small tent and a book from Hudson Construction that talks about the tower getting snowed in and that they were storing building materials in a nearby cave. And right behind this very tent, you can see a Bloopy. And he will lead the way. And now we are at Midella's Mantle Cave. At the end of this path are the building materials that that journal spoke about, and some obvious flowing water. Let's build a raft and go down and follow this water. Following it around, you come across the Bubble Frog, and then you go down a waterfall. Yay! And there is a chest behind the waterfall containing a topaz. Coming back out, the ultimate goal now is to be able to ascend under the tower. I achieved this by throwing ice fruit and attaching the ice and the planks to make a bridge that'll put you right under this wooden structure. And then you ascend up into the tower. And if you open the doors, you can see just how buried it is. There's also some wild berries out here. And obviously the only way out is through activating the tower and getting launched out. Okay, the 15th and last tower on our list is the Gerudo Canyon Skyview Tower, just southwest of the Great Plateau. If you started out up high on the far end of the Spectacle Rock, you probably tried to activate the tower with no success. If you started down here, you found out from Sawson that the pulley for the elevator is broken and he's stuck down here and can't fix the tower. If you come right over here to the left of him, within a minute or less, a piece or two of Falling Sky Island will land nearby. Climb on it, recall it, and when you get to the top of the cliff, jump off. When you land, watch the falling rock that you rode, and when it's in reach, recall it again. This will freeze it in time. And you can quickly switch to your Ultra Hand and grab it. And then you can proceed to attach it to the metal bit Sawson told you was missing the platform, and the weight of the rock will lift the elevator, bringing Sawson up here. And he fixes the terminal and gives you some chili steamed mushrooms. And with that, he's off. And now you can activate the terminal, and you're all done. And that, boys and girls, is where we call it a day. If you enjoyed this video, or maybe you learned something new, be sure to smash that like button and punch that bell right in the face. If you're still not satisfied, check out the merch below. With that being said, this is KKJinxx, over and out.